Good morning and welcome to the Wool Ornament Club video. I'm not sure what number this is, probably 5?
I don't know.
About right?
I don't know.
This is May, the 5th month.
Oh.
Maybe. But maybe not that many. That's okay. So how's everybody doing out there? Peter, did you get your vegetables planted?
No, but I watered them before I came to work. Did you get your veggies planted?
I did. Well, half of them. Half of my garden was dry enough to till up. I attempted to till the other half, but I was sinking in the mud, and so was the rototiller. So we decided we needed to let it dry out. So I'm hoping. I got all the tomatoes in. I had 12 tomato plants. And actually, I was so excited when I planted my early girls. I had 4 tomatoes on them. So
Wow. That's early.
I was surprised, and I think I saw on my Better Boys, I think I saw a tomato on it last night. So they're starting to produce already, and I was really excited about that. So the peppers are going to all go on the other end, and they've all got blooms on them, and I'm sure I'm going to have peppers on them before I get them planted. But I've been planting all my flowers, and I bought 15 hanging baskets from Wilson's. I'm going to put a plug in for them. They have $20 hanging baskets, and these are gorgeous baskets. They're not just the little nothing hanging down on them. They are big, and they're beautiful, and they're unusual. It took me 15 of them to fill all the big pots that I had and the hangers that I had, so I'm excited. I have one more. I bought another one yesterday, and I bought 5 new perennials, so they'll go in the perennial garden. That's, I think, next on my list to get done. But my yard is a riot of color, and I'm excited.
Yay.
There's pinks, there's yellow, there's blue, there's white, there's light purple, deep purple, you name it, and I've got the colors. So if you need a happy moment, just come through my yard, and you'll see happy moments. So. But we're getting ready to go on vacation, so I have to get all of this done. And I'm getting excited about packing things up to take on vacation, trying to decide, well, do I take my sewing machine? Do I take all handwork? What in the world do I take? So we're going to be in a cabin at Shakamak. So I'm excited about being there.
Lisa wants to go in your luggage. I can hear her. Did you hear her?
Oh, dear. No, my luggage will be too firmly packed for you to fit in, Lisa. Sorry. Also, I want to put a plug in for Gatewoods. That's where Peter and I met up the other day, and he bought some vegetables, and I think I bought too much that day, too. So,
She's like, do you want to share a cart? And I'm like, no. I just want to get what I can hand carry.
He didn't want to share.
Because otherwise I would have filled that cart up and then another one.
I think at that point I had the top filled. So I was going to give you the bottom. It was the bigger shelf. So
I'd have filled it.
I was being generous. So they've got a lot of really pretty flowers, hanging baskets, vegetables.
Huge variety.
Yeah. I saw some roses in there yesterday. They have some trees.
Do you remember what roses you saw? Because that's the one thing I forgot to get.
They were shrub roses.
Okay.
So they had, I saw yellow and red. My stepmom told me that Lowe's will have their knockouts the 1st of June. So I got to remember that to go get a couple knockouts. I just couldn't wait until gardening season this year. This winter was so yucky and gray, and I just needed my color.
Did it even snow?
Not enough to call it snow.
I don't even think it snowed.
I broke up with winter after the first week, so it was pitiful. And all I really had to do was go in and play with my fabric and the wool and everything, and there's all the color I really needed through the winter, but I wanted that snow, and it just wasn't there.
We didn't get it.
No, so that's very disappointing. I think I'm going to have to move to somewhere like Alaska or Canada maybe to get the snow that I want. So anyway, we do digress hugely, but that's okay because today's kit is very simple. If you've been yearning for a simple ornament to make, This is your week.
And if you haven't started yet, start with this one.
Yeah, you can. If you're a little unsure, and that's why you haven't started with the previous ones, start with the vintage ornament, which is this month's ornament, because it is very basic, very simple, only 2 embroidery stitches, and it'll be a breeze. Deborah made this one, and she's not done a lot of wool, so I did give her a simple one, and she did a great job. So this is what the kit looks like. It's the May vintage ornament, and it's the cream drop ornament that you'll be doing. And it's actually this one right here on the picture. So I may take these with me and get caught up and maybe finish them. Who knows? I have a whole week, but I am going to visit a new cross-stitch store in Terre Haute. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, and don't forget that country. Remember that email I sent you? Don't forget to visit that store.
What was that again?
It was a country. Remember, it was just decorated with all kinds of cottage, country, something, country, cottage,
I'll have
country.
to look that up again because I'll have to make a list.
Don't miss that.
No. I told my husband I'd take him to the vendor's mall because he would enjoy that. It's got some antiques and all kinds of fun stuff that he likes to look at. As long as I could go to the cross-stitch store, the coffee shop, and this other shop Peter was telling us about. So, okay, I've interrupted myself, but I do have to talk about our retreat that we had, our Stitchers retreat. That was a blast. And if you missed it, we're sorry, but we learned a lot from it. Everybody enjoyed it, and they enjoyed it so much that the day after we came back, we scheduled the one for next year. And so mark your date on your calendar, the first weekend of May. That's when the next Stitchers retreat will be scheduled. And it was really cool because we had cross-stitch, wool, hand applique, knitting, cross-stitch, all in one big room. And everybody got all mixed up, so it wasn't this side of the room is all cross-stitch and this is we were all together, and we had a blast. So people got projects done, they got quilt tops done, they worked on their cross-stitch, they worked on their appliques. It was really fun to see what everybody was working on. I finished a punch needle project and a wool project, and I think I worked on some cross-stitch, which then I had to rip all of that out when I got home because I did it wrong. So it was a lot of fun. So mark your calendars. It will be back at Shipshewana at the farmstead. Lots of fun. I love Amish country, so I love being up there. So you don't want to miss that. It's a really fun thing we did, and we're going to do it again. So back to our ornament. Let's circle back and go there. So in this ornament, this is what's included in your kit. You'll have your cream wool, which is going to be your ornament front and back, a burgundy, a pink, and a brown. You will have one skein of floss and your cord for the top of it for your hanger. So we gave you a little bit extra wool, but we did lay things out to where we could see that everything will fit. You may look at this piece and go, no, that's not going to fit. So if you place it like that, no, it's not going to fit. So probably what we did is went this way and maybe that way. And that's going to give you plenty of wool. So just kind of put your pattern different ways on your wool to make sure that it's going to fit and you'll have plenty of room. But that will be plenty because that's what I gave Deborah. And this is the ornament. This is the cream drop ornament. And some of you may think back to your childhood and say, oh, I remember my grandparents had an ornament like that on their tree. And I'll have to tattle on myself. My grandparents had ornaments similar to this on one of the silver aluminum Christmas trees with the color wheel and everything. I love that tree. But so some of them were shaped like this and some of them were just round balls. And then in the center was the design that, you know, was inside of there. And bad little me, when I was a little girl, I would go through and stick my finger through the center of all the ornaments. I was a bad little girl. But that's what this reminds me of, is those ornaments that hung on my grandparents' trees. But if you'll look at this, there are only 2 embroidery stitches that they do. There's the blanket stitch connecting your front to your back, the blanket stitch around the red, the blanket stitch around your star in the center, your ornament top, and then just the long stitches. And all you do with those is you would come up here, go down there, come back up here, go down there, up here, and down there. That is the extent of a long stitch. And it's held down when you crisscross them in the center. Up here, there's just 2. So these threads were in one of your earlier kits, so make sure you keep everything together and organized, and you'll be able to pull those out. But really, that's your ornament. And this is one of the easiest ones that we have. Not that they all are difficult, it's just this is very basic, doesn't have any of your feather stitches or your chain stitches or any of those in it. So Peter, have you seen any of the finished ornaments on any of our pages?
Mm-mm.
Hey, if you get one done, or if you get them all done, post it on our Facebook page, because we want to see how you're doing on them. Maybe you think, well, it's summer and I don't want to work on wool in the summer. Well, these are small enough that they're not it's not like it's laying in your lap and creating a bunch of extra heat with the summer. So, just keep up with them. Send pictures to the website or to the Facebook page. We love to see them. If you have any questions, we'll take a look at the videos and answer your questions at the bottom. If you look at your pages in here, they've got 2 other ornaments that would be very simple. They display them here on the wreath. And if you have extra wool in your stash, you might do those to accompany the drop ornament. But we're having fun with them here, and we hope you are too. So if you need a break from your gardening, or you're watering your plants or weeding or whatever, sit down and take a few minutes and put an ornament together and send us a picture of what it looks like. So we'll look forward to seeing you next month with our next ornament, and I'll give you a hint. It's one of my favorites. So that's all I'm going to say. But
I think I just decoded that message.
How is that? Do you know which one it is?
I don't even know what all the ornaments are, but I'm just going to throw a stab. I'm just going to guess. It's going to be a truck. Hey, Nancy, do you remember that time when I stuck... What did you have? You had a wreath on the front of your truck.
I did.
And then, did I take a bulb and go and attach it to
You did.
to your wreath
and it
on
hung,
your truck?
It hung on there all year.
That was fun.
Think when I took the wreath off, I brought the ornament back. But yeah, when Christmas rolls around, I put a wreath on the front of my truck. Some people do the Rudolph thing.
I'll have to get a wreath for my red truck.
Yeah, you will. It's just fun. If you can't have fun, what's the point?
You got to find the fun. Make the fun.
Make the fun.
Be the fun.
I usually have fun wherever I go, and some people probably look at me weird, but as long as I'm having fun, that's okay. I heard that, Lisa.
I heard it, Lisa.
Lisa and I are going out to dinner on Wednesday to a new restaurant that we've never been to. It's in celebration of her birthday. She's 29 again. But we're going up to Fairmount. And it's called Grains and Grill.
Looks amazing.
Yes, we've already picked out what we want to have.
Looks like one of those Michelin star type deals.
Oh, it's going to be fun. We've yet to have been kicked out of a restaurant. It came close at Kona Grill. But that we'll blame half of that on the waiter. But that's okay. We had a good time, and we're really looking forward to this one. Last year, for my birthday, we went to the Angry Donkey in Michigan.
I remember that.
It was so good. We ate so much. But that's what's fun. Lisa and I, we go out every year somewhere. She gets to pick for her birthday, and then I get to pick for my birthday. And actually, Lenine recommended these 2 places to us. So she's got us traveling all over. I just wonder if she wants us to get lost.
She's got good recommendations.
Yes, she does. She does. She and Brett have they visit these places when they go motorcycle riding. So, when you're on your motorcycle, you kind of go the back roads and you can find all kinds of things. So it'll be fun. I'll report next month how we survived it, but we'll do fine because I think, and I'll tell a story on Cindy and I, on our way to the retreat, I believe we went through Fairmount, and at one of the VFW posts or one of those places, they had, like the military airplane and artillery, and then they had a tank out there. Well, I decided I needed a tank. And so from Fairmount to Shipshewana, we talked about this tank. And we're going to equip it with this supersized motor that makes it go really fast. And we're going to put wheels under it so it'll have the track and the wheels. So it'll be an all-terrain tank. And I texted my husband. I said, do we have room in our driveway for a tank? And he said, no, you're not bringing a tank home. And I said, but I need one. And he said, no, you're not bringing a tank home. There's no room. And I said, well, I could park it in the yard. It'd be a yard ornament. And he said, no. So he was not being any fun at all. So Cindy and I, we really talked about this tank, and she's going to be my button pusher. So, when I tell her to fire, she's going to push the right button. So then we decided, a tank is going to create a lot of mess when you blow something up. So we're going to equip it with a vaporizer. So, it's like, poof, it's just gone. And so we had this plan going with this tank. And we had lunch with one of the retreat participants. And she said, a tank is really big and it's really obvious, that you have a tank. I went, okay, yeah.
Obviously you have a tank.
So she says, what about a magic wand? That's what we need. And I said, it has to be able to vaporize. So now we're working on a vaporizing magic wand. So see, you have to make the fun. That could have been a boring trip riding up there, but because we had this tank that we're equipping and, what we're going to do with it. So, yeah, we have...
I'll give you something fun to look at when you get back to your desk after this video. Look up Nikola Tesla.
What's that?
A guy who invented something to make things disappear.
Oh. So if you see people disappear, you'll know I've been practicing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. So
the stories.
We have fun. Oh gosh, there's so many stories I could tell myself, but I won't because it'll be okay. So, have fun with your wool. Have fun planting. Get your gardens in. Belated Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. Want to be moms. Hope to be moms. Everybody. So, how could I forget, Peter?
What'd you forget?
I am a grandma for the 13th time.
Yes.
My daughter Julie had her son, was it 2-3 weeks ago? And when he finally got here, all is good. He's a beautiful baby. His name is William Everett Hayes Petty. So
affectionately known as Wilbur.
That is your name for him. She is calling him Everett. And his little sister, or big sister, is... she just kind of looks at him. She'll pat him. She'll tickle at him. But she doesn't like sharing mommy. So we're working
mommy.
on that. Yeah. And that's what she says. So
I didn't hear how the dog's doing.
Sophie likes him. Sophie, in fact, when they set the carrier down, she walked up and just slurped him. So who knows what he thought. Jax, he's older. He just kind of ignored him. So it's like, great, another kid. But hopefully Julie should start back work in a month or so you'll get to see her. And I'm sure she'll have pictures for you. Or if you see me, I'll have pictures too. Although I'm too busy holding him to take pictures. So, oh well. I'll just tell you how cute he is. So, we'll finish up here. We'll close out. So have a great day. I know it's kind of dreary and rainy, but, it's okay. It's called Liquid Sunshine. So have a good day. Happy stitching, and keep working on your ornaments.